I don't think any individual who's made it to 20, 30s can ever tell you that they haven't experienced depression at whatever point in time, even if it was like a day or something, but everyone has experienced depression.
In the midst of all this silence, I was slowly sinking into depression, that is one. And number two, I was losing touch with everything in my environment. There are some remote areas in Kenya that people may not be able to access counseling services. First of all, because maybe there are no counseling facilities or there are not even professional counselors.
I needed that community to support me after the ordeal that I went through. There's no community.
Mental illness is a topic that is rarely discussed openly in Kenya due to the stigma associated with it. According to Kenya's Ministry of Health, 1 in 4 Kenyans, that is 11.5 million people, suffer from one or a combination of mental disorders.
Significant mental illnesses do exist in Kenya, that I would say for sure. We have the likes of depression, the schizophrenias, bipolar, the psychotics, anxiety disorders, personality disorders, and so on. So we have a significant number of mental health patients in Kenya. When I was 19, I got raped, and it was a normal hangout with my friends at the time. And we were not drinking, we were not doing anything. But my drink was laced, and when my drink was laced, I blacked out. So I woke up the following morning only to find myself lying in my own blood.
My dad walked out of my mom's life when I was around a year and some few months. They divorced and my mom moved, so she moved with me, and it wasn't so easy for her, but I'm so happy and glad that she had the energy to take me.
Untreated mental illness, especially depression, could result to suicide or suicide attempt. According to Kenya's Ministry of Health, 128 people commit suicide in Kenya, and approximately 142,560 people attempted suicide in 2016.
Where I grew up, almost all mental health patients were on the markets. They were left by their family basically because they didn't know where to take them. It was assumed that if you have a mental illness, you do not, first of all, even belong to the family. You're almost treated like an outcast.
No one was there to protect me. My dad wasn't there. I wouldn't tell my mom that mom so-and-so was doing so-and-so to me. So
between the period of time that happened, that is around 2014, towards the end of November, and February of 2015, I didn't talk about anything to my parents. Many people have very little information about mental health. So first, they don't know what it is they're dealing with, and therefore they don't know what to do.
You can't really go to an adult and be like, oh, I'm suffering from depression. They'll be like, that's not a real thing. What do you mean? That's option 1. 2, they'll either just be quiet about it, or 3, they'll take you to church.
According to the World Health Organization, suicide is the second leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds. In Kenya, more than 50% of the suicides is that of the youth between 15 to 29 years of age.
When a person under the age of 15 is committing suicide, what is so hard that can't be dealt with? And most of the time, I'm sorry to say this, most of the time it comes from the parents.
I've been raised by a single parent. My mom, we've been with her basically my whole life. So moving to uni was very different because you find there's a lot more that I experienced being here. And at the point in time, let's just say, I was also afraid of the stigma of depression in itself. So there was no one I could really talk to when these things were happening.
One thing people don't know about me is that sometimes I smile and be so strong. But inside me, I want someone to talk to. I want someone to.
According to Kenya's Ministry of Health, there are less than 100 psychiatrists in Kenya. We must start talking about mental illness. This video is an attempt to get the discussion started.
I think all of us have a role to play to, give the information, however little information we have, we can give to the few people that we have. The thing is, mental health can start something as simple as someone just going through a loss.
Let people support guys going for counseling. I am a product of counseling, trust me. The past 4 years have not been easy.
Make it readily available for people to access it. And if anything, it should be free so that I don't have to think about paying to just tell someone what I went through.
I believe that people should be more sensitive to these issues because they're true, they happen day to day, and you might never know. You might be friends with someone for a few years and never even notice that this or this is wrong if you're not keen enough to pick up on the signs.